love. When you love someone, you kind of get nuts. you know, you don't care how inconvenient things are when you love someone. You overcome difficulties. You overcome obstacles. You overcome inconveniences. There are many things in this world that are inconvenience. They're inconveniences. And you overcome them when you really love someone. And when you really love a person, you don't care about their physical appearance. Even if you were attracted to them initially because they were, physically attractive, you don't care because people change over time. People can, things can happen. A person could get into an accident or, they could have some type of illness that could change their physical appearance. But when you love someone, that love is a constant thing. It doesn't change. Love remains constant. It's like when you don't really care about certain things when you love a person. You don't care if they're sick or if they have problems or if they have difficulties. You will stay with that person through the difficult times. It's like when you have a child. If that child is sick, you don't say, well, I don't love them anymore because they're sick now and I have to deal with that. And I have to clean up after that person. I have to do this and I have to do that. No, you don't say that. When you love someone, there's a constant. It's like when we talk about things in science and the speed of light being the one constant in the universe. Well, love has to be this constant. It has to be this one thing that just keeps going. Even though things change. One thing that's true in life is things change. The way things appear change. What people believe can change. And that's one thing that's the big thing, that people's beliefs can change. People's attitude about things can change. So if you love me, for example, because of my religious beliefs, what if I change? Would you still love me? What about my political beliefs? Would you still love me? If I became a socialist, would you love me? If I became an atheist, would you love me? If I became a believer, would you still love me? If my beliefs were different from yours, would you still love me? Love is a constant. It has to be. I think that even if one argues that love is not real and nobody could ever love anybody, well, the one thing you would have to admit is the ideal situation would be that we would love each other no matter what. There wouldn't be any changes. We wouldn't just suddenly stop loving somebody because they, it's like if you have a child, for example, and let's say you were somebody who were against homosexuality and your child one day admits that they're homosexual. Are you going to suddenly stop loving that child? Are you going to cut that child off and say, no, I don't want to have nothing to do with you? Because you are not what I wanted you to be. You're not what I expected you to be. You're not what I had hoped for. You broke my heart, so I don't love you anymore. Then the real question is, what was your love? Was it love? Did you really love that person? To me, I think love is something that you feel for a person, and it doesn't just, you don't turn it on and off like that. It's something that transcends all these things, which I consider to be superficial things, like people's physical appearance, or even people's beliefs. Beliefs change. What I believe and what I think is constantly evolving. My beliefs evolve. They change. There is a kind of evolution of belief for me. My religious views, the way it was when I was young, are different from what they are now. I still believe in God, but my concept of God changes. A lot of religious people would be very upset over the way I believe in God. They would even classify me as an atheist because I don't believe in God the way they believe in God. I don't think of God the way they think of God. In fact, I've even been told that I was an atheist, but I still say I'm not an atheist. But You know, it's just funny how some people will disown you if you don't see the world the way they see it. And I'm just thinking, if I'm in a love relationship with someone, I want to be with someone who will love me even if we don't see the world the same way. We can see the world completely different, and yet the one constant is that we still love each other and we still care about each other and we still support each other, even if we don't see the world exactly the same way. It's just something to think about.